Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Stott, I'm the Emperor of Stomaria, and today I want to address the opinion that micronationalism is a waste of time. So, micronationalism being a waste of time is something that a few people have told me. And when I say a few people, I mean both members of the general public and, oddly enough, other micronationalists. And when I say other micronationalists, I say it in the loosest possible term. Because even though anyone can define themselves as a micronation or a micronationalist and so on and so forth, they weren't dedicated or serious to it. It was just a game to them. It was just something they did for the lols. It was nothing they intended to work on long term. And they contacted us and said, well, "Why are you putting all this time and money into this? I mean, micronationalism is just a joke. Why waste your time and money on it?" And so I just wanted to kind of create a sort of a retort to it, a response, if you like. And I suppose I'm sure I'm not the only person, the only micronationalist that has come across this opinion in some form or another. I think probably one of the most common ones, or one of the most common ones, is micronationalism is a bit weird. It's a bit off center. It's not quite what normal people do. And I suppose that's probably one of the most common criticisms of micronationalism. And to be fair, if you look at the wider micronational community, you might, be inclined to think that. But the idea that micronationalism is a waste of time and a waste of money, that is the point that I want to address in this particular video. So my usual response to that sort of accusation is, first of all, to say, well, there's a lot of hobbies or interests or lifestyles out there which not everyone is on board with. You have stamp collectors, you have people that build small models, you have people that collect Lego, you have people going more mainstream that spend their the virtual entirety of their lives following football and knowing all of the players and how much the club paid for them, and then watching the games in the evening and then spending the day after talking about it with their friends. That's their kind of life. And to me, all of that is a waste of time. But to each their own. If that's what gives you joy, if that's what makes you happy, go for it. Life's too short to worry about what other people think of you. Life's too short to worry about whether or not the thing that makes you happy is going to be socially acceptable. As long as you're not doing any harm to anyone, then you do you. And I think that's, broadly speaking, the argument I would have when people say micronations or micronationalism is a waste of time and a waste of money. But the first thing I'd say is that I enjoy it. It is something that I genuinely get excited about. When something happens, we get another micronation contacting us, wants to establish a genuine tie or a genuine trading relationship. When we get those Stomarian stater coins, when they came through the post, it was very exciting. And then we, started trading them with other micronations and micronationalists, or giving them away as gifts to other micronations and micronationalists. And that is exciting for me, because we are looking to actually achieve something, and what we are looking to achieve is something that gives me joy, in a very weird sense, because the establishment of a civilization, of a new society, of an alternative society, that's been something that I've always wanted to do since I was, I don't know, probably 10 or 11, around that sort of age, maybe 12, because this goes back to the reason that the Empire of Stomaria was founded, the history of Stomaria, which I'm not going to go into now, but the long and short of it is, I've always wanted to build a society, a civilization, and that's exactly what we are doing. And in terms of the joy that gives me, that's immense. But more than this, unlike arguably like the other things I mentioned, stamp collecting or football or whatever else, we are actually looking to achieve something like genuine and real, because what we are looking to do is become ultimately more self-reliant. And I don't think there's anything more valuable, I think, than trying to become more self-reliant. And when I say more self-reliant, I mean having the knowledge and the experience and the ability to provide your own food, to provide your own water, to provide your own energy, to not have to rely on others for survival and prosperity. And I think that's not a waste of time. I don't think that's a waste of money. I think trying to achieve that is something that should be encouraged. Now, I think the issue with micronationalism is because it is such a wide spectrum, is that not everyone, or I say not everyone, exceptionally few people are looking to do what we're looking to do. People aren't looking to go out there and build a community and build a society for the purpose of becoming more self-reliant, for the purpose of engaging in trade and commerce and enterprise with one another. Micronations are founded for a myriad of reasons, but most of all, it's just a hobby. It's just something, they print off some paper currency and they have a mutual recognition treaty and they like someone's Facebook page, and that's about the extent of it. And so, yeah, I mean, that to me is a waste of time. I mean, if it gives those people or those micronationalists or those micronational leaders joy in doing so, if that's what they want to do, if that's the limits of their interest, crack on. It doesn't have any impact on us. But in terms of what we in particular are looking to do, we are looking to do something real and something genuine and something lasting. And I don't think you can say that that in itself is a waste of time, that is a waste of money, or even particularly weird or unusual. I think it's in our nature to create and to explore and to build. I think that's just something inherent in human civilization, human society. It's the establishment of, something more than what we are. But this is probably getting a bit more philosophical than I originally intended. But I just wanted to sort of make the point that those that approach us, Micronations, or Micronationalists, or members of the general public, that do say, why are you bothering with this? I mean, as I say, we're doing it because we enjoy it and it accomplishes something, from our perspective at least. So yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to really say about that. It's not going to be a very long video, I have to say, but it is something that I have come across a few times about, people critiquing micronationalism in that way. Far more common, as I say, to have people say, what a bunch of weirdos. And again, when you look at the wider micronational community, there are some genuinely crazy people out there. It's not too fine a point to be able to say that. But, there's no arbiter of who can say what is and what isn't a micronation, or who can define themselves as a micronationalist. There are people that aren't micronations or micronationalists that other people define as micronations and micronationalists. Anyway, it's going off on a bit of a weird tangent, as it always does. But yeah, I think that'll do. So if you wanted to become a part of the Stomarian community, then then please feel free to do so through our Patreon campaign, the link of which I shall leave in the description below as always. You can also find the details of the other micronations involved in Stomaria in that description as well. But yeah, otherwise, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give it a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.